What's up, brewheads? Time for another Brewthirty. Tonight, we're going to be reviewing one of my favorite beers of all time, Dale's Pale Ale by Oskar Blues Brewing Company out of Longmont, Colorado. This is one of my favorite beers. My best friend lives out in Colorado. Shout out to Matt Stater. And I've been out there several times, and we always hit up Oskar Blues Brewing and the Tasty Weasel. I've also been to the Oskar Blues Brewing Company in Asheville, North Carolina, or just outside of Asheville. And I absolutely love Dale's Pale Ale. It's one of the first microbrews that I really got hooked on. Before it was available in this area, I was able to bring it back on the airline. I packed it in my luggage and would smuggle it back from Colorado. So I am excited to review this. I don't drink this as much as I used to, but it's a good everyday drinker, especially after you're done mowing on a hot day. So in order to start this Brewthirty off, we're going to obviously pair this guy with a toy or an action figure of some kind, and we're going to be pairing him with Quicksilver from the Silverhawks line by Rankin and Bass. It ran in the 1980s, I believe 86 and 87, around 65 episodes. I did a tour review of that on my Skunkworks G.I. Joe Customs YouTube page, and I love this cartoon. It's one of my favorite ones. It was made by the same people that did Thundercats and later on Tiger Sharks. Kenner did a short-lived line of action figures, which is pretty highly collectible. But this here is done by Super 7 out of California. And Super 7 makes a lot of really good figures. This is their Ultimates line. And it took about 3 years for me to get this figure, but it's awesome. And I just love this guy. So he comes with different variations and whatnot. But we have the space flight variation, or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, we're pairing him with Oskar Blues tonight with the Dale's Pale Ale. So obviously, let's get a glass and let's start pouring this baby. So this is a pale ale, different from an IPA. It's going to be more malty, darker in color. And of course, as always, I'll pour my beer this way. You pour yours the way you want to pour it. I'll pour it the way I want to pour it, and we'll still be friends. It's a little heady. This, coincidentally, is the last one and the 6-pack I bought. This is pretty cheap, actually. You can still get this for like $10.99 for a 6-pack, which is pretty awesome, actually. So let's give this thing a little taste. I got my handy-dandy IPA glass here. So let's see. Let's give a little. Let's give some statistics on this. So this is an American Pale Ale, like I mentioned. It's 6.5% alcohol by volume. I'm not sure what the IBUs are. I'm sure they're in the 50s. So it's not super hoppy, but it's a nice, smooth pale ale. You can see it's a nice, darker, amber color, decent head, a little bit of lacing, and we'll give it a taste. Let's give it a whiff first. So you can, it doesn't have any, like, zero floralness. There's no floral with this at all. It's just a really good standard pale ale. Let's try it. Perfect. Nice and crisp, a little dry. The malt comes through, but not super heavy. A nice balance of the hops. It makes this just a great, easy drinking beer. I've had a lot of great stories drinking this Dale's Pale Ale. I would say it, along with Ranger IPA from New Belgium Brewing, are two of my favorite beers, but New Belgium decided to change the formula altogether of Ranger IPA. Now they have this Voodoo Ranger and all that. Absolutely, I don't like any of it. I think there might be one that's okay. It's 1984. It's seasonal, but New Belgium, if you're out there watching this, bring Ranger back. Your Voodoo Ranger just sucks. But anyways, we're talking about this Dale Pale Ale from Oskar Blues. So I guess I can mention I've been to the breweries, and the one in Colorado and then also the one in Asheville, North Carolina. I had a great time at both. If you ever get a chance to go to this brewery, I definitely recommend it. It's a super fun time. The Tasty Weasel is a great place to have some beers. And coincidentally, one night we were on a brew tour, and we hit up Dale's Pale Ale. And Daddy had a little too many of these, and I ended up face first in a flower pot on a boulevard throwing up while my buddy Stater ate the rest of my buffalo, or all of my buffalo cheeseburger on the way home because I was too hammered to eat my cheeseburger. So don't drink too many of these. I would recommend maybe a couple, definitely after mowing. Just a fantastic beer. One of my favorites. I would drink this. If I couldn't drink any other beers, I'd probably still buy Dale's Pale Ale. Comes in a nice red, white, and blue can. I love Oskar Blue's simplicity in their labeling. And they kick a lot of ass. So that's about all I got to say about this this beer, guys. It's great. The Silverhawks Quicksilver figure is great as well. It's a great pairing, odd pairing. But then, again, I'm an odd guy, and these are beer reviews, so who really gives a care? So I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Check out Oskar Blues if you go to the grocery stores. It's like $10.99 a six-pack. It's delicious if you're into pale ales. And in the meantime, guys, cheers.